I feel like this entire scenario is just everything is incorrect.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to know because, like, I've never really been in a situation like this. You know what I mean?
I've gone on dates with older men, and they were normal human beings.
Yeah, well, but I also feel like we're getting, like, the pickup artist version. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, where everything is so filtered through, like a lot of
trying to get a certain thing, I suppose.
Like, where it's, like, there's always just, like, this, like, slight undercurrent of, like, how you can manipulate the situation instead of just, like, being yourself, you know?
And hoping
like,
does work out.
Like, for instance, like, when we shut down the waiter, like, the whole purpose of that was not to, like, actually make her feel better. It was, like, to flex our power. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which is not really the way, like, I don't really care if someone's gonna, like, I would hate it if somebody did that. Like, you know?
It would be really uncomfortable for me. And that would not end in sex. Seduce failed.
Well, because it's also, like, but that's also manipulative because you're thinking to yourself, like, how can I appear more powerful? As opposed to, like, oh, how can I just, like, diffuse the situation, you know? And I feel like a lot of, like, you know, when we get other advice about, like, oh, like, put a suggestion into her mind to make her work towards wanting to be more mature. Like, okay, but that's also, like, another way of manipulating someone, you know?
So mirroring her to gain rapport, that's usually what I do.
Yep.
When maybe I'm a pickup artist, but usually when I want people to know that I am focused on them, I look them in the eyes and I just mirror their body language.
Just stare right into their face. Not blinking.
People like it.
Well,
for me, it usually, I just pick an eye and I, like, look into their eye and listen to what they're saying and mirror their body language just to focus in on them.
I feel like, so they've done studies, and a lot of times when people are, like, kind of, like, on the same vibe, like, they'll naturally mirror each other's body language anyway, so I don't really think it's such a bad...
I'm a broken human being, so I have to actually consciously do it.
Yeah, but, like, I don't think it's such a bad thing to think, like, if you're, especially if you're nervous, to think, like, oh, like, if I was feeling more relaxed, this is what I would probably do, so I'm just gonna do it, you know?
Yep, that's what I do. If I get really nervous in public areas and stuff like that, so usually I try to role play as a more
relaxed person.
I role play as a more confident person than myself. And then eventually it feels like
more natural.
It is more natural, and I don't know if that's saying what Richard LaRuna is saying, and I somehow think I'm better than him or something, or maybe it's different. But usually when I'm nervous, I just pick an eye, look at the eye.
You were about to say stare at it.
And I stare at it, and I listen to what they're saying, and I mirror their body language until I feel comfortable enough for that to just happen naturally.
Yeah.
And people really like it when you look into their eyes. If you look away and stuff, it kind of makes, even if it's not true, it kind of makes... at least me feel like they don't want... It seems
like disinterested.
Like they're disinterested. Even though sometimes it could just be that they're nervous. But I don't really know the person yet, so then I just assume that and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So if you're nervous, just focus in on one eye. Don't be, like, creepy.
I feel like... Yeah.
But just role play as somebody who is more confident, and then eventually it'll happen. Puss in Boots. So the mirroring is correct. Licking your lips is a seductive way, and winking.
Oh, wait. So hold on. But there's some other, like, pickup artisty things in here, like leaning in to show you were interested in listening to her, and then rocking back so she invests.
Oh, yeah, that's a creepy way.
High status, like you were interviewing someone for a job. I don't actually know what he's going to say is the right thing here, then, because...
I think either of these could be it, but this is the creepier one,
yeah,
so...
let's do that.
Nope, you're doing it wrong.
And we're just not going to talk now?
So this is not a bad one. Again, often you see like a power dynamic, body language-wise, where one person is kind of listening in and really interested, and the other is kind of chilled and they're like grandstanding or whatever.
Okay.
So it's not good to be in the weaker role for the whole time, but by listening intently and then switching it up, it's more interesting. And in general, on a date, you want to kind of change modes a few times, like not be serious the whole time, not be playful the whole time, because it's too much, right?
Yeah.
So to mix it up.
Keep it.
I mean,
keep it up,
I
changing,
feel like
diverse.
technically he's
Diversity.
right, but he does it, says it so mechanically.
Yeah. Well,
What's happening?
she's checking her phone.
Oh, she's disengaging.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if you're on a date, just put the phone away completely.
Yeah.
Side note.
Or just be like, excuse me, I have to check this, check it, and then put it away.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Grab her phone and throw it in her drink.
Yeah. Be aggressive and scare her.
Yeah.
What are you doing with my phone? Shh. What? No. Oh, no.
Halas! Poof!
No. What the? Someone do something. He just put my phone in water. What the
I really
fuck?
like that chair.
He just walked away.
God damn it.
Now he does the power move and
Yeah.
walks away. Good for you, Mahmoud. Well, you were being rude.
She
to be
was being
honest.
really rude.
Yeah, that was super rude. But
Not
don't
the best
break
way
her
to
phone.
handle it, right? Losing your temper
Look
and
at the dog.
destroying her phone.
Nope, and he is definitely not going to get a second date out of this.
I think call her out on her phone uses, but it has to be in a gentle way.
Yeah, I
Just
agree.
be like, hey, like, you know, can you put that away or something like
or
that.
even like, oh, like, what are you looking at?
I've never had that problem, so I don't. What's the?
I've never
I've never had somebody ignore me for their phone. So.
The one thing that I have had happen was somebody asked if they could take a phone call, like, but I was at their house, like, and like they kept getting a phone call, and I was like, hey, like, if you need to like take that and like take care of it, like you can, and they disappeared for like 25 minutes.
25 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a 5-minute allocation at most.
I fully thought it was going to be like a like, hey, like blah 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 blah. What's the important thing? Because they like kept getting a phone call from the same person.
It must have been a business thing.
So I thought it was going to be like just like a quick like, hey, like, okay, what's the thing? All right, like I'm busy right now, but no, 25 minutes later.
Gross. Call her out on her phone usage. Don't be weird about it.
Wouldn't it be a good idea if you didn't use the phone? I've switched my phone off because I want to give you all my attention and...
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, that was really rude of me. I
Oh,
just
that
thought
was
sometimes
really
I
well
just
done.
had to
That was
reply to
great.
you, but you're right. We're here.
I understand.
See, that was nice.
Yeah. See, that's like a nice sane way to do
Thank
it.
you.
Great, really great. I would always do this, even if it was the role reversal. I should always call someone out if they're overusing their phone. And if they're using their phone at the dinner table, I just think it is a big no-no.
And people know that you don't like it, and they know that it's wrong as well. So if you kind of let it slide, it's a bit odd, right?
Yeah.
Can we have Red Dress Lady in one of the things? I want
I
to
would like that
seduce
too.
her.
I'm sorry. I just got a happy chat. Do you have happy chat?
Look at his face like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh my god. Yes, I have it. I'll add you to the group with my 3 wives. Oh my god. Yes, I have an account. Oh my god. These are all like so ridiculous.
Some of these I feel
I
like might be a little culturally insensitive, but Mahmoud seems to be in control of the
Of the
directing
scenario.
of the scenario, so I mean it's up to him.
Yeah. I feel like the right one is going to be C, like the teenager app. You said you were mature. Because if we ask her to help us set up an account.
It's gonna be like, oh, can you help me set up my iPad?
Yeah, yeah. Which, like.
Teenager app, you said you were mature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's happy chat.
Happy chat? That teenage app? Oh, Emma, you naughty girl. I thought you said you were mature.
You got me.
It's okay. I like fun and games.
Well, I'll hold you to that.
Nice one, that's the right option. It's a bit of a challenge, and in this position you had if you chose the wrong option, you would have been trying to play young, which is never a good mood for, a good move for an older guy like Mahmoud.
No, you should use your opportunity to show off your, the fact that you can have a conversation and that you're, either you're wise or you're well-traveled and you have something to say.
I'm sorry, I'm not in the best mood. I just got the worst message on Happy Chat. My friend, roommate, she's left the country and I can't get a hold of her. I don't really think she's going to be helping out with any of our bills, so.
I feel like the best option here is probably B.
Yeah.
Because obviously you don't want to just hand her a stack of cash and like...
See, I don't know what he's looking for. Is he... Because some people in the world, they want to do that.
Well, it's not like... Here's, like, I'm not going to pass any judgment on that.
Yeah, everyone's allowed to do what they want.
Yeah, like, if, because it's like, people always love to do the, like, oh, like, they're just out for money, and it's like, well, but if both people go into the situation, like, knowing what it is...
There are people in the world who want to have that situation because it's just easier for them.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about the people who have the money, because to them...
Like, if somebody has money and they're like, oh, I don't mind taking care of the people that, like, are around me. Some people are okay with that.
Some people who have a lot of money feel like it's easier for the dynamic to be about money because they can feel more in control of what the dynamic is, and then the other person is fine with that. And I've never done that, but it's totally cool if other people do that. It's none of my business. Nobody's getting hurt.
As long as everybody is, like...
consenting and an adult.
Yeah.
That's cool. So if you want to be a sugar mama or a sugar daddy, that's cool. I don't have... Maybe if I had enough money to do it, I'd do it.
Yeah.
But I don't, so... We just met, but if it turns out I can trust you, you won't have any problems. I feel like that's a good one.
I feel like that's pretty fair.
If that's what you're looking for.
I've only just met you, and, if I can trust you, then, things will be okay.
Well, of course you can trust me, but that's unnecessary. You don't need to do that.
Please, Mahmoud has a big heart, and he helps people close to him.
That's actually really sweet. I like hearing that. Thank you.
I think she likes the gesture.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't need to do that, but thank you. You're so nice.
Cool, that's the right choice. If a guy is super loaded, it's a fine line between kind of flashing the money or kind of gently hinting that with him you could have a really nice lifestyle and that he's generally a good guy and generous with all his friends, family.
AJ, stop barking at him.
I think if you can show that you have a nice quality about you, that you're generous, I don't think the money is important, but as long as you're a nice in character, I think that will show, I think that will show when you're talking to her.
So I feel like a lot of the scenarios end up being be rich and successful, and you'll get what you need. AJ, you're being a bad boy right now. You're being a bad boy.
AJ.
AJ, sit down.
Come on. Probably
give
some advice on what to do to follow her passion.
So, Emma, tell me what you plan to do with your masters.
That's what I'm deciding right now. I don't know what to do. Well, I do. It's either my passion or it's money. I don't know. The corporate world isn't very fun, but my passion for helping people,
Emma, you have to follow your passion, darling. You're only in your 20s. You have your life ahead of you.
That's true.
A pretty creature like you will go far.
Pretty
There's
creature.
so many things I can do, and I just don't know how to choose just one. And I feel like choosing one means getting rid of all the rest. And now I'm just sitting here.
Life is about sacrifices, my darling.
That's true. It's exciting and scary.
Nice one, that's good. Here you're doing something that, you know, the young guys couldn't do. You're giving life advice because obviously Mahmoud has lived a long, rich and interesting life.
Yeah, and it shows that a differential between him and the young guy, and you should take, you know, that's your strength. You should play to your strengths in this situation.
What do you think of older guys?
I think they have the upper hand. They're more interesting, they've got something to talk about often. I think it can work definitely in their favour.
25 minutes later.
I like that it shows that Mahmoud is a good listener. Because whenever you pick the right choice,
Yeah.
he goes like, oh, I'm here to listen to you.
No, to be honest, Mahmoud, I was a little skeptical when I first got here. I was about to leave, but there was just something about you that was really sweet, and I'm really glad I gave you a second chance, because otherwise we wouldn't have had this nice evening. I'm glad
Why
I
are there
stayed.
so many beige outfits in this game?
I don't know.
Decrease the beige.
What?
Emma, I'm sensing there's, you know, a little spark missing. You know, maybe it's the age gap or, you know, I don't know, but, you know, I have a suggestion for you.
What would that be?
Oh boy. No, I don't want to say that.
All right.
Emma, why don't you become one of my unpaid whores? Where you get to cook, you learn how to clean.
Learn
you
how to
get all the
clean.
practice in the world for when you do meet someone you like. You have everything. High five!
High five.
No, thank you.
I take that as a no then.
I'd rather eat glass.
I'd rather eat glass.
Not the best idea for a date invitation, obviously.
So I have a question. Was Mahmoud in charge of the script for this scene? Because sometimes I feel like not this option, but other options were a little, I don't know, not cool.
Oh, like the child bride stuff and
the multiple wives and stuff.
yeah.
I don't know if Mahmoud wanted to say those things, that's cool.
Habibi means my love or my darling or beloved in Arabic.
How do we see it? Say it.
I'm pretty sure it's just Habibi. but-
Okay. I'm gonna invite her to a charity party.
Emma, I have an exclusive invitation for Amnesty International at Sotheby's. Why don't you be my guest? There's very well-to-do and important people there, and you can wear that lovely dress, and there'll be a lot of fine artwork and fine dining.
So yeah, you know, if a date hasn't gone fantastically, or you're inviting someone on another meeting, and you know you're not so sure if they'll say yes, if you have some really cool date idea, whether it's something super fancy or just something really interesting, or if you invite other people as well, like her friends, then it's a way to get a more likely yes than kind of a romantic one-on-one second date.
No, and it lengthens your opportunity to get to know her a bit more.
Because one of the biggest attraction builders is just time spent together and, you know, the mere exposure effect.
That really sounds like the night of my life, but... Well, yeah, I'll think about it, for sure. I'll definitely text you.
Oh boy. That was kind of lukewarm.
Okay, you didn't get the best ending for poor old Mahmoud, but he might see her again if she doesn't find something better to do.
So you could have done better.
Could have done better, could have done worse.
Emma, I am so sorry, my darling. I have a very important business meeting. You're such a lovely girl.
It's time for me to go as well.
You know, I will make sure that you get home safely,
Oh,
okay?
no,
Don't
no,
worry
you've been
about
more than
anything.
nice
No,
enough.
Max!
Oh
It's not
boy.
necessary. I can get my own way. It's
Hey,
totally
come
fine.
on!
I like walking.
I will get you home.
No,
Max,
no.
get...
It's unnecessary.
Are you
Thank
sure?
Of course, yes. Whew.
Is he gonna have another date? It's Red Dress
Yeah.
Woman! Yeah! It's her.
Oh, it's her.
I'm so glad we get to do this. Please let it be that we can seduce her.
Yes.
That's such a cool dress. I think you'd look really nice in that dress.
This one
Thank
looks
you.
more friendly.
This one? Oh,
Again,
bummer.
catfishing. It's never going to happen. You're going to